Have you ever wondered what secrets lie beneath the golden sands of ancient Egypt? These grand pyramids are not just symbols of prosperity, but also hold ancient mysteries. The Nile River, Egypt's lifeblood, has witnessed untold stories. Could these hieroglyphs be telling a story buried for thousands of years? Let's explore to uncover the answers. Moses, an ordinary man, embarked on one of history's greatest journeys of discovery. It all began with a burning bush, a call from God guiding him to his destiny. Egypt was great, but behind its greatness lay the shadows of oppression and suffering. Moses prayed, seeking strength and guidance from God to free his people. But Pharaoh, who saw himself as a god, refused to set them free. Moses confronted Pharaoh, demanding, "Let my people go." But Pharaoh's heart remained hardened, and plagues descended upon Egypt as God's warning. Moses continued to pray, steadfast in his faith that God would deliver his people. Hope lived on in the hearts of those enslaved. When Pharaoh finally relented, the Israelites left Egypt in haste but full of hope. They headed towards the Red Sea where freedom awaited. But Pharaoh changed his mind, pursuing them with all his mighty army. God performed a great miracle, parting the Red Sea to make way for the Israelites. They walked between walls of water, a miraculous journey towards freedom. As Pharaoh's army pursued, the sea closed, engulfing them in God's justice. The Israelites sang praises to God, thankful for his miraculous deliverance. But the real journey had just begun, a journey of faith and trials. God never left them. He guided them through the desert with a pillar of fire and cloud. On Mount Sinai, Moses received the 10 Commandments, the foundation of law and morality. They built the Tabernacle, a place of worship and God's presence among them. Moses, the great leader, did not enter the promised land but left an indelible legacy. The Israelites finally reached the promised land where God's promise was fulfilled. A story of faith, guidance, and God's boundless love, forever living in our hearts. Share your thoughts in the comments below and continue exploring more incredible stories on our channel. Moses teaches us that, no matter the hardships, we can always trust in God's guidance. Though they had to leave their past behind, God always opens a new path, the path of freedom and hope. We won't always find the path God has set out for us easy, but perseverance is key to overcoming. But no matter how hard it got, they kept their faith, worshiped, and prayed to God. Moses constantly reminded them of obedience, for it is the path to true freedom. Moses blessed the Israelites, hoping they would always hold on to their faith in God. And though the journey ended, God was always there, guiding and protecting them. In the end, they reached their goal, the promised land, where they would live in freedom and peace, guided by God. A new generation will arise, a generation that will live and thrive in freedom, in God's love. They continued their journey, though the destination was not yet reached, always trusting that God would guide them. Moses knew that with faith and perseverance, this people would always find salvation and freedom. With vision and patience, he knew that his people would one day enter the promised land, where they would be free. And in the darkness, the light always shines, a flame of hope in the heart of each person. All the Israelites gave thanks to God, for he had led them from slavery to freedom. And now they rebuild their lives, knowing that freedom is the precious gift God has given. A new beginning, full of hope and determination, for a people living free under God's protection. The younger generation no longer worries, for they live under God's protection and their future is secured. They know that their journey won't be easy, but they will overcome, for God is always with them. The Israelites, no matter the challenges, always placed their faith in God, for he is the Redeemer. And finally, they reached the promised land, where God's love and guidance are ever present. This people will always remember their journey, for it was a journey of faith. Each new morning is an opportunity to walk in freedom, renew our faith, and continue the journey. Moses looked at his people from afar, knowing that even though he would not be with them, God would always be there to guide them. Unity and faith in God are the keys that lead them to true freedom. Even facing the greatest challenge, Moses stood firm and led his people across the Red Sea. With unwavering faith, Moses trusted that God would always guide him and the people of Israel to safety. It was a miracle only God could perform, helping the Israelites overcome danger and move toward freedom. Seeing the promised land, they felt the wonder of God, for this was the reward for their faith and perseverance. In the darkness, the light of faith will always lead the way, like the candles in the hearts of every Israelite. They began rebuilding their lives from scratch, but with faith in God, they knew that everything would become good. Moses knew that, even though he would not stay, this people would always grow and endure under God's protection. The Israelites will forever remember Moses, for what he did for them was priceless faith and hope. A new generation has been born, nurtured by faith and God's love, and they will live forever with hope for the future. They tell the stories of Moses and will never forget him until the end of their lives. Those songs will echo in their hearts forever, for it was God who saved them and brought them to freedom. This people, with unwavering gratitude and faith, will live in freedom forever. Each new day is a gift from God, and they always remember that they are saved by His guidance. Though Moses was no longer with them, the lessons of faith, perseverance, and salvation lived on in the hearts of the Israelites. Moses led the people through the greatest trial, and now they live in the freedom he dreamed of. Moses, though no longer living among them, will forever be the guide for this people. The younger generation will continue Moses' teachings, building a bright future under God's protection. The Word of God will endure forever, like the stars in the sky, guiding and shining for His children. With every step, the people of Israel enter a new chapter of freedom in faith in God. Together, they will build a society of justice, love, and full of God's guidance. God is always with this people, protecting and shielding them from all challenges. This path is not easy, but with faith in God, they will overcome every hardship. With God's guidance, they have built a solid foundation for the future of the nation. Thank God for leading them from slavery to freedom, from darkness to light. The Israelites have begun rebuilding their lives, creating a promising future for their descendants. The sun has risen, the light of faith shining, and the people of Israel will live in peace and prosperity. Freedom is the greatest gift the Israelites have received, and they know it's all thanks to God's guidance. This new generation will grow up in the freedom and love of God. Moses no longer needed to see them continue their journey, for he knew they had everything they needed: faith and God's love. They celebrate together, thanking God for the miraculous deliverance He has given them. Even though life has challenges, God's light always shines on our path. Moses knew that he had fulfilled his mission, and now it was time for the people of Israel to continue their journey. With every blessing from Moses, the Israelites will walk firmly on the path that God has laid out. In the darkest moments, the star of faith will guide them. The Israelites have entered the land they dreamed of, the land that will be their home forever. Though starting from scratch with faith in God, they know that everything will flourish. This new generation will be the pride of the nation, nurtured in love and faith. Every step is a prayer of thanks, and every day of life is a gift from God. Each story is a lesson in faith, and every lesson will be passed on to future generations, never forgetting the sacrifices made. They will continue to build a future worthy of those sacrifices. God has given them the strength to build a strong future, where each person can live in peace and freedom. With faith, the Israelites rebuilt their lives, creating a promising future. The people of Israel will never stop moving forward, for God always leads them on every step of the way. From hardship, the Israelites have risen and transformed their land, from slavery to freedom. Each of these homes is proof of a new beginning, of a future full of hope and freedom. Each step brings them closer to freedom, and they know that a bright future is waiting for them. God always provides them with what they need, so they can continue their journey with strong faith. Their new life will always be filled with the colors and fragrance of hope and love. The light of their faith will always guide them in love and justice. They know that, though the road ahead is full of challenges, with God's guidance they will overcome it all. They have all they need, and all their desires will be fulfilled in faith and love. No matter how many challenges, the people of Israel will always stand firm in faith in God. Each of these homes is a safe haven, where every Israelite can find peace and freedom in faith. Everything they have overcome has a purpose, and they will not stop building a strong future for their descendants. The light of this star will guide them throughout their journey, leading them on the path of justice. Each hug is a blessing, and every step is a step closer to a brighter future. These seeds will grow strong, bringing abundant harvest for the people of Israel. Though not easy, they have learned to stand firm, with faith and love always leading the way. Each meal is an opportunity for them to remember the challenges they've overcome and give thanks to God for His protection and guidance. Though difficult, they always hold hands with love and sharing. The future generation of Israel will grow up in a world full of hope and freedom. This prayer service is to give thanks to God and pray for peace and blessings for all the people. The priests always guide the people in sacred rituals, reminding them of God's promises. We will never forget those who sacrificed to secure the freedom we enjoy today. The day ends, but hope and faith will always shine in the hearts of all. We must always remember that the future of the nation must be built on the foundation of justice and love. Each seed is a hope, and every harvest is a step forward in the nation's journey. In the coldest days, family is the warmest place, the source of encouragement and comfort for one another. We are a united, strong, and resilient nation, and we will always walk together on the path of nation building. This offering ceremony is an opportunity for us to give thanks to God and ask for His strength to continue on the right path. Today, these lessons will be the foundation for future generations, so they can continue to build a strong and prosperous nation. What do you think about this story? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to hit like and share to spread this message to others. Together, we can explore more historical stories and fascinating truths. Keep watching and sharing to discover more wonders.